So this is the mid-season reinforcements patch that's coming to Rainbow Six Siege. Let's start with Twitch's changes, which are pretty excellent, I think. So she gets to use her drone during the preparation phase, and she gets to use 2 of them in total.
I think the 2 is a bit bullshit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Think so?
The prep phase should have been in there since the start, but I don't think about it 2. Especially using 2 of them at once. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I like
I
being
don't
able
really
to
use her, but this
two.
might give me a reason to use her.
Well, I use her a lot, so I'm going to be loving this change to her. The ability to go around taking out cameras right at the start is brilliant, taking out gadgets and everything.
So I assume you're going to be able to switch between them when you put them both active.
So you get one at this prep phase, yeah, and then you can put the other one out afterwards and switch between 2 and activate whichever one you want.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might play her more often now, actually.
Like, I think the wise move would probably not to actually go like looking for the objective and just systematically go around taking out the cameras right at the prep phase and
I can see that happening.
maybe taking out a few jammers.
Well, you guys know that I know where every camera is, so I'll clearly be on that.
Yeah, it moves faster now, so it goes about the same speed as a normal drone and creates less sound, which is great. And that big ass red light's gone, so it makes it even harder to find.
Oh, that's pretty
And
good.
the darts have gone from 5 meters to 7 meters. I think as a defender as well, this is probably a change. Like me putting my gadgets down right away, I'm probably going to just immediately look for drones coming in and try and take out a Twitch drone if I see one.
Yeah, I think you'll have to. You don't want to put down your mute jammers and have them gone before the round
Yeah,
starts.
you got to put your mute jammers down more tactically, probably like round corners and stuff where she can't shoot them straight off the bat.
So that essentially means, yeah, like at the start of a match, if Mute did put his charge down right away, it could be gone instantly.
Yep. And then that makes way for all the other normal drones to get into the objective.
Well, unlike you, because you're the Mute King, so you would never fall for that trick. So.
Alright, well we talk about Blackbeard then, because you guys seem to be surprised he had so much health in his shield.
Fraser, go ahead.
800! he has nearly the entire game's health in that shield. Or he had. It's ridiculous.
I never knew it was that much.
There's ways to kill him, but meeting him front on, that is a joke.
Me and Haughmill did a Mythbusters where we shot a full mag into that shield, so
It's just...
I'm surprised he doesn't know. It still has like basically 1.5 full.
There's no way of
health.
translating bullets to fucking points though.
You're talking about 30 damage per round, I think. Something like that.
I can't believe he had 800. I never even thought. And now he has 2. Well, so he has 2 shields now. But
2 shields that have 150 health each. So still a person and a half worth of health in the shield.
That's much better.
And he'll still walk like an old woman.
It's still much more of a smart idea to flank him rather than fight him head on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he now have 2 of them that he can switch between. So if he gets 1 damage, he can switch to his non-damage one and switch back to his damage one if he wants to.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know if you had to use 1 until it was destroyed.
Yeah, you just switch between them.
From the
Which
gift,
is
it looks like
interesting.
maybe 4 or 5 rounds to destroy the shield, so you probably could take him on head on, right? If you've got the range.
Yeah, I suppose. And yeah.
If you see him before
At
he
least,
sees
like-
you, there's enough
like,
time to put enough in you.
You could peek
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Are you liking that then? Are you liking the change to Blackbeard?
Yeah. I liked going him because he was so survivable, but he was such a pain in the ass to go up
Yeah,
against.
I think overall it won't make a huge difference. But it'd be quite interesting if you see him switching shields on the camera or something and then rush him maybe. That can be quite interesting, kind of doing that.
It makes him a lot less deadly head on, really.
Yeah.
George is going to
That's-
hate this.
That was the thing he was. He was unkillable if you met him head on. Yeah, George is fucked.
George is totally fucked.
Alright, what about Doc? There was more to this than I was expecting, which is interesting. He can now heal people, and he can overheal people, which is interesting.
Might give me a reason to buy him finally.
So you can overheal people to 120 health. I was thinking maybe that combined with Rook's armor might be quite good. I'm not entirely sure where it really comes into tactical use, but
Rook's armor's just
it's
a
interesting.
Damage
You
decrease, I think,
overheal.
right?
Yeah, damage decrease, but if you put the plus health on it, you're going to get a pretty
Yeah.
decent increase in health.
Yeah.
How quickly does it decrease? Do we know, or is it just?
You
It's decreased
yeah.
by 1 health over 2 seconds
Oh,
till
okay.
you're back
just...
to 100.
Oh yeah, I just read that.
So, how often do you think Doc's going to pick up Rook's armor at the start of a round, overheal himself, and then rush out and try and kill everybody?
that was that was the worry I was having, that he wouldn't. I was wondering if he would actually overheal someone else to do that.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know.
Oh, who's got the most armor?
I'm curious about what happens if you have 120 health and then you lose 110 health. Do you die once your health goes back to normal? Or do you keep going? I'll be curious to how that works out. I still would have liked him to maybe have a Jaeger type device where it would shoot one syringe out automatically at a down person, because I feel like his pistol is still very, very, very situational, even with the heal.
Yeah, you really got to hope that they get downed, right? Which is why Rook is so powerful with him.
But it definitely makes him more useful.
If you can heal, it's a lot. It gives you more chances in a firefight rather than... It will never be used to revive anybody ever. It's never going to be that purpose, because people, you kill them too quickly if they go down. Whereas if you can heal someone who's in a firefight, who's taken maybe a round or two, then that makes them a lot more fightable, longer, whatever. Means you can keep going. But I think you'll find Doc roaming with normal roamers. He can just overheal them and let them fucking run at him. So he can overheal Valkyrie or Pulse, and then Pulse can fucking leg it into a group of people and can do some damage before going down. And then the heavy armor guy can overheal himself and then run up as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, if he's got 2 rounds, right, he could just instant overheal them both and charge somebody.
Yeah, I don't think it says how many he has. If he still has 3 or if he just has 2. It'd be interesting to find out that too.
Yeah, it could be a very dangerous buff to him.
Yeah, that could go horrifically wrong, like.
Yeah, well-coordinated players could use it to their advantage. We'll see how it goes. Let's go to the big changes in the fundamental. This entirely changes the game. This is awesome, I think. So that is Claymores for the attackers. I think this is huge. This is something I think can bring back the siege aspect of the
I don't know
game.
if it's huge.
I just don't know where you could put them. Like, I'm trying to think when you're attacking, especially.
Well, this is what you do. You come in, you start, yeah. Because a lot of the time, a roamer, like I roam on ranked all the time, and I feel pretty secure that I can run around the whole building without any trouble and come up behind enemies. Whereas this means I have to actually watch out for a Claymore that could be anywhere. And if you see from the video, it's pretty hard to see. It's got 3 lasers coming out, but the lasers are pretty hard to see as well. So I think this is going to be a huge kind of improvement to the attackers and being able to cover their backsides.
Does it say how big the spread is for the area of effect kind of thing?
It doesn't, but it looks like it's a one-shot kill if you set it off.
Okay.
So it will kill you if you set it off.
That makes it easier to defend the diffuser, I should say, or even you could put
That's a good
Claymores
point,
down.
actually.
Well, the way they're using it in the example as well, they're putting it outside a window. So like if the attacker was to jump out and try and get behind someone, they'll blow them up, which is a good way to use it too.
Diffuser's a good point though. Like if you put the diffuser down, we don't have to cover it as risky anymore.
Yeah, it's quite quick to put down as well. And Thatcher, Twitch, Glads, and Thermite can have one. So you could potentially be having 4 Claymores positioned inside a map that the roamers are running around in. Like, that's mental. And it's another reason to play Twitch as well. Like, I think that's a great addition to Twitch.
Yeah, well, we didn't really use the stun grenades, or I don't know about
stun grenades and smokes. We don't use much of. Yeah, not as much as we should.
We've not lost anything.
I use
Yeah, that's true.
There's going to be barely any stuns left.
I think that might be the case. You'll still be able to pay them on a few operators, but for the most part, yeah, you're not going to be using stuns much at all. Like, I'll definitely be equipping all these operators with the Claymore.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm a bit sad Thermite loses his breach charges though.
Yeah, it does suck that he loses his normal breach in charge. I think that was useful. But I've currently got stun grenades on him right now and I don't use them, so Claymore will be a gadget I'll use every time. But I can think of other places like what's the SES map?
Hereford.
Yeah, on Hereford, like when we were attacking the downstairs part, and like they pop out on the stairs and things like that, or the front door, or they try to come and flank us, we can just have Claymores just sitting there waiting for them to just pop out of the building and take them down. So as a roamer, I'm going to be taking my time a lot more around the map. It's going to completely change how I play as a defender and a roamer. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much it changes the game. I think we'll have a bit more of the siege back in Rainbow Six Siege.
Well, maybe until the next patch.
Update. Where they get Blackbeard back his shield and it's got 4,000 health.
The best place to put them would be stairs. Ross, cut this out. Cut this out, Ross. Don't put this in because I use the fucking stairs to roam all the time. Like, if you're dumb and you put them somewhere stupid, like they're wasted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'll take them personally. I don't know how many times I get shot in the back personally either. I don't think flanking is as bad as it. What is bad in out is fucking assholes being in the room next to you, or like coming out in front of you, or like for me anyway. That's obviously different for other people, but like for me, I feel like I don't get shot in the back very much anymore. I don't know where it's I go into buildings or whatnot, but I feel it's more some fucker.
Yeah, Brian needs them.
I need them more than anyone. Let's be honest. I'm just gonna.
Brian needs Blackbeard shields got on the sides.
Me and roamers.
Shields.
Yep.
What you saying, Fraser?
Me and roamers is there in the fucking room I enter. Unluckily,
Yeah.
like I'll just be like, I'm going in this room, nowhere near the objective. Oh, there's Jaeger. That's my problem with roamers, which this Claymore doesn't help me at. That's my own stupidity. But that's my thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see myself getting
It'll be
blown up.
amazing in casual. Like, there's gonna be so many dead people.
Yep.
On that fucking on the docks map. Fucking bastards.
Yeah, and
I'm immediately putting it on that other fucking building. Boom.
And you only get one Claymore as well, so that is a limitation of it as well. So you're gonna have to put it in the right place. All right, guys, we'll move on to the next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one gave me flashbacks to Battlefield 3.
Yep.
Impact grenades. So these either detonate on impact or after 1 second of being in the air.
Nice.
This comes down to how much damage they do. I'm guessing they're not going to be a one-shot kill.
Yeah.
I would hope they do like maybe 30 damage or something each time. They seem very good for putting holes in objectives, and you get 2 of them, which is crazy. So Sneaky Feet is losing our nitro and gains impact grenades, which I think is a buff because nitro normally kills someone. These could potentially down someone, which is handy. Castle loses his barbed wire. I would have preferred Castle get the nitro, but impact grenades are better than nothing. And then Smoke loses the nitro and gains impact grenades, which I think is actually a bit of a nerf. And then Rook loses barbed wire and gains impact grenades, which I think is a good change there. So what do you think about impact grenades?
Yep. Okay, so they were at the meeting, right? And they were talking about C4, and now everybody's bitching and moaning about C4. And someone went, you know what? Let's give them C4. But you know what? They don't have to fucking press a button again, so it just blows up. Brilliant. That man got a Pyrites, and he's an asshole. And I'm done.
I've been thinking about this a lot because the good thing is you can't bounce them around corners. They detonate on impact, so to use them, you're going to probably have to directly see the enemy, which means you're going to potentially get shot, which is a good thing. But also, like, imagine if you were like hitting a window as an attacker and then the window just explodes because some guy just throws a impact grenade at you.
Yeah, that's a good point because you always wait till the window's down before you throw the C4 out. Or this
that's going to be scary as hell. And I love the idea of being able to make holes and stuff quickly that I can actually vault through. That would be great as a roamer.
Yeah, the hole it makes is pretty good. Like,
it's sizable size, like yeah,
and even this high up, he manages to vault at quite a decent height, if you know what I mean.
He does, yeah. Very handy.
Yeah, I think with the window thing's going to be hilarious.
It all comes down to how much damage they do. Like, if they do 50 damage, I won't be happy, I don't think. We'll see, though.
About Smoke, I think it might be a buff for him because it gives him more range. Like a C4 and a Smoke, you could sort of throw the same distance. But now we can ping off a impact grenade quicker, I think, as well.
Maybe, yeah.
And
I'm fine if it doesn't kill.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how long 1 second is as well, like how far it goes before it explodes.
I think the 150 HP for Blackbeard's shield, do you think that's to save him from the impact grenade's damage? Or does a single impact grenade still take out the shield, do you think?
Well, this is a big downside to being a shield operator. Like, what if
Oh, I
someone
know.
comes running at you and just throws 2 impact grenades right into your shield, do you
that's a good
die?
point.
Does
Yeah.
does the shield reduce the damage? Because it doesn't do that for Nitro right now. So that would be a major pain in the ass if you run into a room as a shield and someone just starts throwing impact grenades in your face, and you got no way to kind of stop that at all. So we'll have to see if that reduces the damage at
That's
all.
going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
We're going to have to do a lot of tests with these.
it's gonna be so much test for Mythbusters. There's a huge amount of stuff changing.
I wonder, this might be a Mythbuster, so you might just want to cut this bit out. If you could, as a shield operator, if you see them like having the grenade in their hand, if you could go prone and let the grenade go over you, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I've got a theory that these are being added to make a new operator more relevant. I think they're going to add an operator in that has a shield and maybe has something like Jaeger's device on the front of it, something like that, which would take out nitros and any impact grenades getting thrown towards it.
I just want a directional EMP. It doesn't work.
I just want a Hulk, a guy that can run through barricades and stuff.
I want to run through shit.
I run through shit. I want a Hulk.
Yep.
And I want him to be called Fraser.
Stealing my fucking idea, Brian.
So yeah, to finish it off, I think it's good that we're losing some nitros, but it's going to be interesting to see how impact grenades change the way the game's played.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting.
Why the fuck does Paul still have his? Why the fuck has Paul still got C4?
I think he'd be worse with impact grenades, though, right? I mean, well, more of a pain in the ass. Worse is the wrong word.
I don't want him to have anything. I want him to
just
delete
don't want him to be in the
Fraser.
game.
I don't want him
Yeah,
to have C4. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could go on a long time about this stuff that's not like, there's no buff for Chichanka, there's no fixes
Yeah.
for that, so we should move on to the next stuff.
Okay, next stuff.
So,
Janka's God.
new attachments. The muzzle brake I'm probably the least interested in. It's going to be good obviously for Glaz and all the single shot rifles, but it's not particularly amazing or anything. It just means you can get more accurate shots off quicker.
I'm only excited for that for Glaz. That's
Can't remember the
pretty much
last time I used one.
Yeah, I'll put it on Glaz, but other than that, I don't see this being a huge change. Like, I think he needs a bit more of a buff than this. I think this is pretty limited.
Yeah, he definitely needs more of a buff than this.
But yeah, hopefully it will help all the single shot rifles be more accurate.
Does it work if you put your rifle on single shot as well?
It probably would, but you can see the list of weapons it can go on. So you got all kinds in there. You got assault rifles, you got SMGs, you got pistols, you got the rifles. So it will be interesting to try it out like on an MP5, which is kind of an odd one to put it on. You can even go on the P90 if you want, which you wouldn't expect that to be a good idea, but we will see. So what's your guys thinking on that
Jaeger's
one?
gun.
I'm like you. I'm
Pop,
only
pop,
excited
pop,
about
pop,
it
pop,
for
pop, pop,
Glaz.
pop.
Well, it might make me use Twitch's DMR a little bit more. I like the thought of it, but I could never hit anybody.
Yeah. I think we'll move on then. So on to what is probably a far better attachment is the heavy barrel. This I personally hate. It's going to increase your range, the damage over range, but increase your recoil. So for people that are really good at putting down that first initial shot on target, this is going to be absolutely, they're going to love it.
Well, I can't shoot anything, so I will never be using this.
It's mostly defender weapons that it goes on.
Please tell me
really?
it doesn't go on that SMG hand gun.
It goes on Jaegers, doesn't it? The 416C.
Please.
Yeah.
Goes on the Brita M12, this S8 SFW, the Mac 11 for some reason it goes on.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
Yeah, for some reason they're buffing that gun. It goes on a P90, a Para 308, an R4C, 9mm C1, the UMP, and the MK17. I think this is a barrel we don't really need in the game. I don't like it. But it'll be interesting to see if people start using it, how bad the recoil will be when they get into close combat where they're having to go full auto.
You hit fire at that range, right?
Possibly,
But the thing is, it only increases damage over a longer range. So
Yeah, but that means more people are going to be popping out windows at the very start.
exactly, yeah.
Just
So
taking
it's definitely not something to have on your P90 for close combat.
No,
It's gonna be
but it's
fun for
something
popping a window and shooting out. Yeah.
we're all going to get so pissed off with this, I can tell already. Because we all get so pissed off right now with people popping out. This is going to make it worse. And
Yeah, I don't like the idea of increasing range on any of these weapons. So
Window peekers are easily countable.
they're easy to shoot.
Yeah, but
But
this
it's
means
still a
if you get one shot
50-50
in you-
chance that either of you hit the target first.
Yeah, and they see you before you see them usually. So I mean, if they even shoot you once, that could be it.
Yeah. So I don't like the idea
I
that.
don't. I don't.
Well, no, it's usually like
But you
one
always
of us
spawn
gets
behind
shot, and then
someone.
we go, someone's popped the window or somebody's shooting at me.
So yeah, as an attacker, you have the range advantage when it comes to them popping the windows. So you can peek whatever cover you spawn behind, but take them out before they take you out. But you still always got the thing where it doesn't matter if you do get to see them first, because they can always hit you just as easy as you can hit them, and they can get a lucky shot off. So I don't like the idea that their damage is increased at that range. I'd prefer it was decreased. But yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
I'd be okay with a heavy barrel if they took ACOGs off the defenders, like you mentioned a
Yes.
while ago.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I am generally angry when I get killed by a window peeker. Not at the window peeker, even though I'd probably point my rage at them, because I've generally ran out and got myself shot because I ran from my fucking perfectly safe spawn immediately out into the open and got fucking shot. And I get that you've got a 50-50 chance, but I still think you should be surviving and getting into a better position. Or the smokes. That's where we should be using smokes as well. Smokes to move up and whatnot.
Good point.
But we had an incident on what was the fucking consulate where I got fucking stuck in a spawn for ages by bandit, and I only got killed when I actually eventually got into the building. That's all I've got to say.
We'll move on to general tweaks and improvements. So Valkyrie's going to go down to 3 cameras instead of 4, which I think should have happened ages ago. Because I think like knowing where the enemy are is a huge advantage, and having 4 of those cameras up means you can see them coming before they know that they're being spotted.
Yeah. Childish.
When I'm playing
Looking.
Valkyrie, I like to keep 1 camera spare. So I'll, like just now, I'll throw it 3 and keep 1 for if I need it. Whereas limiting myself to 2 and having 1 spare, I don't know if that's as feasible. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. It's
When
going
you
to be
go
a lot
further.
more just putting the cameras in the objective rooms now, I think, or outside if we can. It's hard
Yes.
now, there's only 2 to spare if you're going to keep 1, yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Because we always say, we should put more in the objective rooms because we always seem to get stuck with them. Or we don't realise they're in there until we get told we are by the game. And if we had cameras in there, it'd be easier. But now if we're going to be putting our cameras in the objective room, we're not going to be covering as much of the map.
Yeah, like I love playing ranked and being Valkyrie, putting up the cameras and then roaming after that. Because I can easily just get behind the enemy, take them out, because I know exactly where they are and what they're doing. So having 3 is still powerful, I think. And it's better than 4, I think.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, it'll go down to the Claymore thing, it's how you use them. I mean, they could be really shit, they could be amazing. It really depends on the operator using the gadget correctly.
Yeah. You got anything to say on that, Haughmill?
I don't see a lot of Valkyries anymore. That's it.
I think she's super powerful. Like I like being on
Yeah,
a
and
team
she's
with
got
her.
her nitro still as well, which is a good gadget to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd maybe go Mute or Jaeger, like along with Valkyrie. I guess Mute, Jaeger, Rook, Valkyrie, and like a 5th. But even with the 3 cameras, I think I'd still go her.
Alright, I think we'll move on then. A nice little general fix is IQ and Montang will be able to deploy their gadgets faster.
That's
so that
cool.
means you can get the little screen out and then get back to your gun real quick.
Yeah, there's no, I
And-
don't see a negative in either of those.
Yeah, and Montang will be able to get his shield undeployed quickly and get back to shooting as well quickly, which I think is going to be a nice bonus.
Yep, definitely.
Alright.
Next.
Weapon balancing. So this is basically, we're getting a lot of weapon balancing going on here. Mostly going to be single shot weapons, which is good. They're all kind of weak. No one really uses them that often. And it's mainly going to be recoil and an increase in damage as well. So Twitch is 417 bucks, single shot rifle. So I think they're both good upgrades. And let's move on to the next one. We've got, I think, a great upgrade for Fuse, because his
Yeah.
LMG, since the start of the game, has been a complete piece of crap.
I've never used it, and I tip my hat off to you, Neil, for always using it. but I
He
don't know
doesn't
how you-
need it.
I don't know how you deal with it.
So yeah, it's going to get a damage increase for close-up encounters, which is really good, and kind of medium to long range as well. So it's going to be a much more usable weapon, which is a good thing.
Yeah, the theme of the weapon balance seems to just be giving you a proper choice.
Yeah, it's balancing them all out, so you don't have one that's just immensely weaker than the other.
Yeah.
Same as we move on to the next one, we've got Ash, and it's just basically making it so that both weapons have advantages that are kind of equal.
Just started using her too.
Alright, something I think is major, which is Rook and Doc's P90 finally getting a decent buff. This gun's been pretty rubbish since release, and it's got a whole list of upgrades.
Which one are we on? Which one are we on?
The P90.
Yeah, I thought we were on that. I, to be honest, hated using the P90 because I'm a shit shot anyway. And whenever I used it, I just thought like I was doing no damage. So now I might use this now more often. Plus, I have a Sam Skinner. Splinter Cell. I have a Sam Fisher skin to put on it, and I was like, oh yes, I can finally use the skin. I'm never gonna use the gun, but now I will.
Yeah, like I've seen Pyrites and Haughmill use the P90 expertly, but I've always had trouble with it. So I do want it to be better than it currently is. So I'm happy this is an upgrade to it.
Didn't need it. Things OP. Fucking amazing, especially in my hands. Right, I'm done.
Christ.
Alright, moving on. Mute's MP5 is getting an upgrade. I have got better at using this gun, but like Pyrites, you've been using it recently to play Mute more often, and you hate it as well, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like they should be dead, and then they're just then they kill me. Like as soon as I think I've got them, I'm dead.
I am not good when I played Mute, those first rank games, that was my biggest pet peeve, was I could never kill anyone or even put damage, it felt like.
Yeah, so it's had a slight damage increase, which is excellent, and its recoil is better as well, which is really good. I feel that's going to be a nice change to Mute's gun. I'll probably enjoy using it more.
Mute King, mate.
I don't see what you guys are all bitching about. I used that thing early on and I enjoyed it, but I guess it was a bit shit. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best of SMGs. It wasn't Jaegers or any of that kind of stuff, but it was decent. It was alright. But yeah, you could do with a buff, I guess. You guys seem to fucking despise the thing, which I think's a bit mean.
I think Valkyrie's got really good gadgets and really good weapons, and then you've got Mute, who's got a very situational gadget but not very good weapons at all.
Yeah, I don't think the balance is right. Yeah.
So you got to give him just a little buff.
Okay,
Alright.
next one.
We will move on to Blackbeard's MK17, which is getting a nerf.
Is that the single shot or the?
This is the full auto.
Pure
full
George.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was very easy to control when you had the shield on it. So that control is going to be far less, which means a little bit more inaccurate shooting, but probably still a very solid gun, I would think.
I know, but if you think about the nerf on his gun plus the shield nerf, then it's going to be. Yeah, I think he's going to feel like a totally different operator to use now.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see how differently people play him, and if he dies more often, of course.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next
Maybe
one,
we'll make
which
George decent again.
I know if there's a scarf under him.
Let's move on to the next one, which I think Haughmill and Pyrites are both going to enjoy, which is Frost's 9mm C1 is getting a buff. So it's going to do more damage, which is, I think, very good. You guys have been kicking ass with that weapon.
Yeah, and I just started using it as well, and I'm really starting to like it.
I despise the shotguns now. I try and stay away from shotguns as much as I can, just because they felt cheaty before. Now they've been buffed. I'm enjoying using the other guns more. And that fucking thing's a beast.
Yeah,
really nice. I don't know why, but it feels really mobile. It's on Frost.
All right, we're going to move on to.
I feel scummy going to shotguns.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to the weapon chart. So this just kind of gives us a nice rundown of the actual increases in damage and range. And you can see it looks like Fuse's LMG gets a pretty serious upgrade damage-wise. He'll be doing 10 extra damage at 25 meter range, which is pretty damn good. Frost gun, you can see it's pretty minor upgrades in damage, but still probably a decent amount. And then a little bit of damage for that MP5. Alright, then we have something that doesn't bother us too much, which is team killing. Because we mostly play with each other, we don't see it too often, or we just kick them out if we do have the issue.
Very rarely see it.
I don't think any of these changes are going to help too much. I would love to see like friendly fire after you do so much damage to friendlies that it just gets reflected back on you and you end up just killing yourself if you do too much.
Yeah.
rather than what they're doing here, but we'll see if it works or not. Alright, moving on to hit registration, which unfortunately isn't getting fixed in this patch. So they're just saying that they are kind of looking into it and try to do as much as they can, and it's a big part of it is connecting to the wrong like data center. So hopefully they're going to fix that over time.
Yeah, they will.
And that's something people are hating right now, so we'll see if they manage to fix it at some point. And then we'll move down to the main bug fixes, which it's mostly your standard stuff. Like we can't shoot a thermite charge through a reinforced wall now. There was that thing when you would be like standing somewhere aiming, and then suddenly your aim would go up, and that's been fixed. So that no longer happen, which is really good. One thing that's getting fixed, which was odd, is Jaeger. So his trophy systems will no longer all shoot at one grenade now if it's in range. Which I did a video on that back in December, so if it's a bug, it's been an awfully long time getting that fixed. I think that's actually like a little stealth buff to his trophy systems, I think. Which means you can kind of cluster them up now in the room rather than having them it's kind of tactically separated out. You could have them all in the center of the room, and that way they'd be like very safe from getting EMP'd.
We see the one, is it the third one? Light coming from outside the building will hinder the player looking outside from inside during gameplay.
Yeah, that's been a major pain in the ass. It's good that they're fixing that again, because they fixed that a while ago.
Yeah.
So now they're fixing it again. Hopefully this time it will actually be a hell of a lot better. Because yeah, sometimes the freaking place will just glow with so much light. It's crazy.
I'll fucking believe them when I don't see the glow.
My face isn't getting a suntan.
Yeah. And then level design, just going to be some basic upgrades to maps, fixing a few things, which is always nice.
As long as they never remove the crazy legs that you get in the kill cams, I'll be happy. Because that is a highlight for me.
Yeah.
Well, they've not mentioned it in this patch.
Yeah, apparently the only thing in the kill cams is the only thing in the kill cams is various issues with blood graphics. That's it. So yeah, we may still have the legs to enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess any recaps? Like, what is your most surprising thing about this?
I'm surprised at Blackbeard's shield. I thought we were just going to be getting Twitch and Dock upgrades or whatever, but I didn't even know Blackbeard had that main issue. And now I realise how much health he's got. I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, I'm the same. But to pick something different, I would say Fuse's LMG getting a buff. I'm surprised at that. And it makes me the happiest.
Yeah.
I'm probably most surprised at impact grenades. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, and Claymores
cool
as well, actually, yeah.
Claymore is definitely going to potentially change the game up. And what about you, Haughmill?
I'm surprised they still haven't answered my letters and deleted polls.
Alright, that's the mid-season reinforcements patch, which sounds like it's going to be very interesting and is out tomorrow.
Yay!